Hey guys, so this week I read Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children and really enjoyed myself. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children is the story of Jacob, who's an average teenage boy who has to go searching about his granddad's past when his granddad dies, and that's how he finds the peculiar children. And the book sort of follows Jacob's story as he figures out all about the peculiar children, their dangers that they face, and why his granddad was with them when he was a child. The book is clearly written for more 12-year-olds and definitely the younger side of the young adult demographic, but it's really well written and it's highly enjoyable even at my age and my mum's age as well, because she read it before me and really recommended it to me. So it's really well written and it's definitely enjoyable, and you sort of forget that it was written for a younger audience quite a lot actually, and generally you sort of forget that, and it's only a few points where it's actually kind of obvious who the actual audience for this was. And while that's a bit jarring in places, it's really well written, and once you sort of get into it and get used to it, you do forget about that. So that's possibly my only real problem with the book, because the rest of it is really well written and it's just thoroughly enjoyable. There's not much that sort of happens. There's his granddad's death at the beginning, and then for the middle of the book nothing really much happens, and it's only at the end of the book where things actually really start happening and kicking off, which is a bit weird. And originally I thought this wasn't going to really hold my attention because I like sort of lots of action things happening, but with this I was really sort of hooked into it, and there's enough mystery and intrigue going around it that you kind of keep on going, and there's enough mystery in it that you really want to carry on reading to unravel it all, which is really nice, because I'm used to sort of just generally sort of having, if things are really heavily introduced at the beginning and then you get the middle where everything's going on and it's a massive great big battle, and at the end of it, it's sort of conclusion, happily ever after, or possibly cliffhanger to go into the next fight sort of thing. So this was quite interesting to have a really long intro to everything, and you really get to know Jacob and all the main characters, while still leaving a bit of mystery about them, and then all the action happens at the end. So it was slightly odd hearing that, but now that I know that there is sequels, that sort of makes sense, and it's clearly that the sequels are going to have a lot more action in them, which I'm quite excited about and looking forward to. It's very well written, so you're constantly sucked into this world and you constantly want to know more, because it's written in such a way as you're finding out things, you're still learning as you're learning about the world of the peculiars, mysteries still keep on popping up about some of the children, or Miss Peregrine herself, or what's happening on the island with Jacob's dad and all the rest of it. So you're constantly sort of kept on your toes a hell of a lot of the time. And something that I really enjoyed about this book is that there are pictures all the way through, because Jacob's granddad had pictures of the peculiar children and told Jacob stories of the peculiar children and what they could do as he was a child, and Miss Peregrine also collects the photos. And these photos are actually put into the book, and the book was actually inspired by these original photos that are completely real and just odd. The author actually collected a whole lot of these photos and made the story up around the photos, so it sort of really grounded it into this world, and sort of looking at these photos, you sort of really got a sense for who the characters are and what they look like and all the rest of it, because it was sort of, you were presented with the actual photos in the book as you're reading them, as Jacob sees them. So you really get a sense of what Jacob's seeing, which is a really cool idea. And it doesn't take away from the imagination of it all. It really helps it and improves it actually. And I really enjoyed that about this, and I really hope that these carry on in the future ones. And it was stuff like this that sort of really interested me, and it was just a really good book basically, and it was really good and really immersive in a lot of places. It fell down a little bit because of how it was written, but that's because of the target audience, and I can overlook that, and sometimes some things could have been explained a little bit better, but I'm guessing these things are going to get explained more in the future books, so I'll overlook it for now. If not, then I'm going to say that's a flaw of the series. But right now I've only read the first one, so I can't have that judgment right now. And I'm going to read the next one some point later in the year after I've finished a few other books. But I really did enjoy this, and I would highly recommend Miss Peregrine as well, because it is a very good book. And if you like sort of mutanty, creepy, weird, Tim Burton-esque weirdness, or if you like the X-Men and you want a proper novel version of the X-Men, this is for you, because it's really good. And while there aren't as many characters, there's still a lot of characters with a lot of weird stuff going on, and there's lots of intrigue and interest, and it's really good, and there's a lot of mystery to it as well, and I really enjoyed that. So if you kind of like mystery stuff as well, I'd say this is for you as well. So yeah, go read Miss Peregrine, because it's a really, really enjoyable book, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it as well, because it is just a really good book, and now I really can't wait for the film as well. So that's my review for Miss Peregrine. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you agree with me, please give me a thumbs up, and if you had any other thoughts that you'd like to discuss with me, please tell me down in the comments, or if you've got any other recommendations for books like this one, please do tell me down in the comments. I'm not sure what the next book I'm going to be reading is, but you'll find out next week when I upload the video. But if you want to see any more of my reviews, please click subscribe. That'd be awesome. And can I just end this video by saying thank you so much for all the really nice comments and subscribing and everything else that you've said after my BookTubers newbie tag. That it means a hell of a lot to me. Thank you so much for being so kind and so welcoming. I said this in my last video, but thank you so much. It's amazing. I've never been welcomed into a community this quickly, this nicely, ever, and it's really lovely. So thank you so much. It means a hell of a lot. Thank you. But until next time, guys, bye!